Hey Gemini, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back. I hope you all are doing amazing. Let's pull some cards to see what you need to know about your finances. An in-depth look at your finances. We're not looking at any particular time frame, just whatever you need to hear today. We're going to start with these archetype cards and see like what energy spirit is wanting to bring your attention to regarding your finances. We have a vampire. Okay, so this card says it makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. And we're looking at your finances. So this could be that somebody in your life is costing you financially, or this could mean that your job itself is draining your energy. Maybe you don't feel like you are fulfilled, or you're getting a return on your investment in business or at work. So you're being called to look at that. So who or what is draining your energy professionally? Okay. Now let's take a look at what you're manifesting, and then we're going to look at what could be blocking you, if anything at all. It doesn't have to be, but what are you manifesting professionally? What is this? Oh, no, not anger. It actually came out in reverse, but I'm going to read it upright. It says, Fury has consumed your energy and clouded your judgment. Maybe the energy, the vampire energy is actually your own anger. It did come out in reverse, so let me just read it first and see how we want to play this. It says, Fury has consumed your energy and clouded your judgment. Reclaim your control by directing your anger. I'm sorry, not your anger. Your energy towards happiness instead of clinging to past wounds. I mean, and it is possible, like I said, that that could be the energy you are in or have been in, but it did come out in reverse. And I kind of want to take it in reverse because maybe some of you have already worked through that or identified what has caused you to be furious and therefore cut it out of your life, or you're working on that, right? Let's see what you, what's in your blind spot, or what's, blocking you, if anything, in relation to this vampire energy. Some of you could just feel like you have a dead-end job, or you just don't make enough for something. We have creator. Your creativity is your superpower on your path to prosperity. So some of you, if you work a job, a 9-to-5 job, or you work for someone else, this might be saying that you're meant to create your own wealth. You could be a creative person, and Spirit is saying, okay, maybe I'm making you uncomfortable to move you towards what I actually put you on the planet to do. Okay? Let's get into, what do I want to do next? Let's get some tarot. Messages for Gemini. Oh, no, that's too much. Wow. You have the 7 of Cups, imagination. Some of you could use your creativity, your imagination might be your saving grace, but that can also talk about delusions of grandeur or like imposter syndrome. Let's see. What's the vampire energy, Spirit? Oh, we got hard work. The 10 of Wands. Look at that. So the 10 of Wands is a draining energy. It actually talks about working a job that could be stressing you to the point of burnout, like feeling really overwhelmed, overworked, underpaid, maybe while working multiple jobs. It can talk about like not delegating tasks to other people, so you're taking on too much, right? It's supposed to be a team effort, but you may feel like you're the only one pulling your weight, because this is carrying dead weight. Can also feel like a dead-end job, or it could be aimlessness, not really knowing what it is that you want to do with your life, just kind of like going through the motions. But this can be like actually stressing yourself to the point of making yourself sick, or something you feel like is a threat to your actual body, your immune system. Yeah, or just a stressful work environment, a stressful situation, burdens of responsibility, or that could be taking care of other people. Even in your family, like working hard because you gotta pick up the slack for somebody else that's not carrying their weight. Wow. Sagittarius, Saturn. What is going on with anger in reverse? Okay, you got the Queen of Swords, setting better boundaries. The 10 of Wands can be that you don't have strong boundaries. So yeah, the Queen of Swords is Libra energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, but it is Libra, Venus energy. And the Queen of Swords says strategist, and you see she's sitting at the head of the boardroom table, meaning that she's in a position of authority. She is very decisive, and you see how whatever this chart is back here is going up. Like she was sent in to get these people together. Some of you could be in a managerial position, a position of authority. Again, she does represent someone who is decisive, law and order approach, a pragmatic approach, a logical approach to something. This could also be Spirit telling you to be head over heart in a situation. Put your thinking cap on. you know, think critically. Also, this could be about accepting or giving constructive criticism, you know, putting your poker face on to demand respect. She's assertive, so forth and so on. So maybe some of you have to assert yourselves in the work environment. You see, she's standing, everybody else is sitting down. So that is a sense of her asserting herself, like she's the dominant personality at that table. Okay, so this is like a law and order card. I see the Queen of Swords as like a lawyer. She's the brains behind the operation, okay? So she's that feminine, logical approach. She's a go-getter. She does not take no for an answer. So it feels like you're being told to assert yourself instead of giving into emotions, like head over emotions. Logic over emotions is how you win against whatever may be angering you. Don't feed into it, but just get ahead of it, get above it. What is this creator energy for you? So we have the Seven of Pentacles in investment. Yeah, sometimes the Seven of Pentacles can be about looking at how long you've invested in a particular project or whatever job, having second thoughts about it and asking yourself, are you getting a return on your investment? And it's funny because look, the next card was the risk versus the reward. That's what this is. The risk outweigh the potential rewards. Be realistic while weighing the pros and cons. And the Seven of Pentacles is about weighing the pros and cons. Do I want to continue to invest in this job? Maybe it's a 7-year job you've been working, or something like that. But the Seven of Pentacles is a feeling of reading the fine print, looking at this contract that you have. Some of you could actually work outside. You could do work in nature. This is agriculture, farming, so forth and so on. But you may actually do work where you toil the ground or something. I don't know. But this is asking yourself, is the risk worth the reward? Is there a return on my investment? Am I being paid my worth? That could be what it is. And maybe some of you are having second thoughts about that, and you're ready to do something more creative. Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This is a card of creativity. He is the Epicurean. Okay, and so the Knight of Cups can be someone who's into entertainment, poetry. He is definitely a creator, following his heart. And so this could be a question that you're asking yourself professionally. Do I want to keep working this job? Like I said, maybe that you've been at for 7 years, or something that maybe you used to love, but you don't love it anymore. Bottom of the deck, we have imagination coming out again, the Seven of Cups. Yeah. So it does. I mean, again, the Seven of Cups can talk about being a Jack or Jill of all trade, but a master of none. So it could talk about starting projects and quitting them before you see it all the way through because you have these rose-colored glasses on. Delusions of grandeur, like I said, fear of missing out on other options, imposter syndrome. It's so many things that it could mean. I feel like maybe something has plateaued for you and you're starting to daydream about a new job, or you could just find yourself daydreaming at work in general. Some of y'all need to watch out if you do have a job where they test you for like smoking or something. Watch out for that, because they might pop up and just spring that on you. Yeah, you got the devil here. So especially if you smoke a lot or something, do something a lot on your own time, watch out for like a pop-up test or something. All right, let's get into your cards and see what message your spirit has for you. These are going to be very random and all over the place because I'm talking to a collective of people. So just take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? What's going on here for Gemini? We have an epic fail. It says things are not going according to plan. You may have suffered a minor setback that feels major. Keep going. Let it build resolve instead of resentment or self-doubt. You've got this. So yeah, again, I feel like being head over heart. Don't let anger get the best of you or your emotions. Something maybe didn't go the way you wanted it to. It says there's no I in team. This is the Three of Pentacles. And this talks about teamwork, making a dream work. And like I said here, the Ten of Wands is like other people not pulling their weight. I do feel like you might be feeling the urge to pull away and be selfish, though, if other people are not pulling their weight. But, you know, you might have a Capricorn Mars placement. Maybe you've been at a job for 3 years, or the last 3 years have been hell. There could also be like a cliquish energy amongst the team of people that you work with, and maybe you feel on the outside of it. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups. It comes out again. It says writer, poet, musician, healthcare provider, negotiator, mediator. Don't take on too much or overcommit. You have fruitful investments and money is coming soon. Lucrative offers and improvements of fortune. So yeah, like I said, the Knight of Cups is about you following your heart, usually something artistic, and you do have creator here. So some of you could be pointed in the direction of your talents, your gifts, your creativity. We have bread and butter. This is your livelihood, how you eat and feed yourself. Provide, some of you work in the food industry or agriculture or something with this farming card here, and then bread and butter comes out. It says provides money to live. You have steady employment and you're getting by, but may be dissatisfied and craving more. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel. So although you're paying the bills or you're surviving, it's like you may not feel like you're thriving. We have love doctor. You could be a relationship expert, matchmaker, self-help guru, a sex doctor. Healing intimate relationships could be your thing. Oh, we got booked and busy, the Queen of Wands, and we have a tutor. So somebody here could be a tutor. And then booked and busy, I feel like could have something to do with being in the limelight and the spotlight, but it doesn't have to. But it says the Queen of Wands, Aries, Mars energy. So she is very influential. She's someone who has mass appeal, sex appeal. She has agency over herself. She's, again, another very confident, feminine energy that knows what she wants. She's enterprising. She's well-liked. She's social. And so that could be your thing. And like I said, entertainment. The Queen of Wands is someone who would be in entertainment, most definitely. Actress, singer, performer, something like that. So we have underserved market. Demand is high, but supply is low. This may be an opportunity to capitalize on a good or service you provide by being ahead of the curve. If you don't have any ideas, do your due diligence to identify an area in the market where there is little to no competition and monopolize it. Okay. So that means that you have to do something sometimes that may not be the flashiest, right? Because usually underserved markets are things that aren't the glitz and the glam. Even though I do see some glitz and glam here for you with the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Wands. But I do feel like Spirit is saying you may make your money, especially the bulk of it, by doing, people don't like to do the jobs like plumbing and stuff like that, but that's where the money is. You know what I'm saying? And it is a market that people are going to always need. I remember years ago, my ex-boyfriend's mother, she used to work for the judicial system, and she was like, look, people ain't never gonna stop doing crime, so you get a job in the judicial system, you always gonna have a job, which is true. People are never gonna stop dying, so you get a job in mortuary sciences or something, you can always have a job. Anyway, let's keep moving. Not saying y'all want to do those things. Yeah, we have unconventional work. That's the devil. You literally got the devil right here. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe for some of you, you are fantasizing about doing something, but you feel like it's maybe not morally right, or you have some hesitation about it. The Seven of Cups can be like good opportunities, but maybe feeling like you want to procrastinate because you aren't sure, you're confused. So this card talks about being the Lord of Matter, Father Time, Saturn, Chronos. Okay, that's Capricorn energy, the father, masculine, time. So this could be a job at a weed dispensary or opening your own. Sex work, I ain't telling y'all to do it, but I'm just reading the card. A job people may look down on or judge you for. Materialism, moral conflict of interest, feeding addictions and obsessions. Okay, so remember I talked about the smoking thing? That could be what it is as well. That may be why I was saying that. The underground, the dark web, dirty money, big business, finance, pharmaceuticals, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, tobacco, liquor, gambling, and stripping. So anything that you think people could judge you for, I'm not telling you to do these things, but some of you may already do unconventional work. I mean, people have these jobs, they do these things. And I'm not saying to do anything illegal. These jobs are not illegal. Like I said, it says pharmaceuticals, and the drug part of it could be the CBC, what is it? What do you call it stuff? The THC and the CBD. I say CBC. The CBD oils and all of that stuff. Like that could be something that you might be interested in doing. And I believe you have to have liquor licenses and stuff like that to sell liquor, and when you're dealing with tobacco and gambling, you got to get licenses for these things. So these are not illegal practices. This is saying that you may do something. Somebody could work in a casino or something like that, or maybe you have aspirations to do that kind of work. And if not, don't worry about it, y'all. All right, so we have recession proof. It says here to start a rainy day fund. Capricorn energy, save money, pay off your debt, stay ready, you won't need to get ready, and preparedness. So anytime I see the Four of Pentacles, I think put some money away because something could be coming that you don't expect, okay? That ain't to scare you, it's just to have a nest egg. Can also talk about just saving money for a major purchase or getting closer to retirement age. So you know you need to have that safety net for yourself, that security blanket for yourself, okay? Delaying gratification, not buying things that you don't really need just because you can, because something else might come up. All right, so we have a background check. So some of you could be getting a new job. Normally background checks imply that you are applying for a new job and you are in the hiring process. We have the Queen of Wands again, teacher, leader, entrepreneur. It says sound financial decisions. Money is good and you're managing money well. So that's for some of you. Aries, Mars energy again. And if not, that's a prediction of what's to come for you. We have a purpose-driven life, Scorpio energy. This is your North Node activation, answering your inner calling or your life purpose, your divine assignment, and honoring your spiritual and life contract on earth. Same thing I said here with creator. Like if you are being pushed out of a dead-end job or something, it's because Spirit is saying that's not what I put you on earth for. We have property management, Airbnb, a grand opening, self-employment, self-made, a brick and mortar business, storefront, opening and starting a business and being a boss. Somebody could also be a documentary filmmaker. We got cinematography here. Loves history, great communicator. Y'all know y'all great communicators. Creativity again. Photographer, videographer, director, writer, producer, actor. And then the Judgment card comes out again, which is again connected to your life purpose. Last one we're going to read. It says hiring and recruiter, creatives, again, politics, judge, manager, and decision maker. You have a new contract, possibly positive cash flow, reevaluating your relationship with money, making changes and doing better if your habits are hindering material success. Like I said, the Four of Pentacles means you might be spending too much. You need to like scale back a little bit, practice conservative spending, only buy the things that you need. And that's usually only for a small period of time. But for some of you, if money is tight and maybe you still have bad spending habits, you're definitely being told, hey, that's not going to work to your benefit. It's counterproductive. So just keep that in mind, y'all. All right. I will see you all next time. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Peace.